Okay, hi 6B. Some of us had a little bit of a tough time last night with number 5 and number 6 in our books. So you were working on your homework and you were a little bit confused about these two. So I'm going to give you a few instructions to help you with these questions. In order to understand these questions, though, there's some background knowledge, and we should all have this background knowledge. So even if you didn't have trouble with question 5 and question 6, please do watch the first part of this video and make sure that you understand some of this background knowledge. So, all right, here we go. Right here, a lot of us might think that the mean, or the average, is always the best way to represent a set of numbers, but that's not always the case. So what I want you guys to imagine is that you have graduated university and you're out looking for a job, and because you're so smart and awesome, you got a lot of job offers, and so you're trying to figure out which company is going to pay you the most money, because it all comes down to money, money, money. So here we go. A lot of us tend to think that an average is the best way to represent a set of numbers, but we need to understand when mode and median would be better than the mean. So I'm going to show you a few sets of numbers. Let's start with this one. In this set of numbers, the mode would be the best way to represent these numbers. Do you see why that would be? 15,000, 16,000, 45,000, 45,000, 45,000, 100,000. If these were the salaries of what some people were being paid at a company, definitely the mode is the best way to represent how much people are being paid at that company. I want you to think for just a minute about why the mode is the best representation of this set of numbers. So pause and think. Okay, I hope you actually did that. I hope you paused and you thought about it. So in this set of numbers, if you just took the mean to represent them, well, it's going to be skewed because somebody only gets paid 15,000 and somebody only gets paid 16,000. But you can see that these 3 employees all get paid 45,000. So perhaps these 2 employees are just part-time employees, or maybe they're just students who are working with the company for a lower salary. So for some reason, these 2 are much lower. And you can see that $45,000 is the most common amount that you're going to get paid. Up here, 100,000, well, maybe this is the president of the company or something like that. So when you look at this set of numbers, and the range is so big, from 15,000 all the way up to 100,000, the mean, or the average, is really not the best way to represent this set of numbers. In here, you can see most of the employees get paid 45,000. So if you went with this company, more than likely, you would end up getting paid $45,000. This is in American dollars, not Hong Kong dollars. If you're only going to get paid $45,000 for a whole year, Hong Kong dollars, you might have a tough time. Okay, let's move down here. In this next set of numbers, there we go. In this next set of numbers here, the median would be the best way to represent this set of numbers. So do you see why? Can you pause me now and give that some thought? Look at these numbers and try to figure out why would the median be the best to represent this set of numbers. So pause me. Okay, I hope you did that. So if you take a look at this set of numbers, again, you don't want to take the average because there's numbers that are way off. It seems that most people in the company get paid in this middle range here. So what I would want to do with this set of numbers is I would want to find the median to represent how much the employees at this company are getting paid. So I'll take 1 off at the end. Where's my scratch out button? I don't see it. I will just turn it red. Okay, I'll take this one off. I'll take the second one off of each end. There we go. I'll take the third one off of each end. There we go. And so my median of this set of numbers, or of these salaries, would be $42,000. And you can see, according to these salaries here, that probably $42,000 is a good guess of what you might get paid if you work at this company. If I had taken the average, it would be way off, because this number, 156,000, is so high. Again, maybe that's the president of the company or the CEO or something like that that gets paid that amount of money. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. Here's our last set of numbers. For this set of numbers, the mean would be best to represent how much you would get paid. Do you see why? So if you look at this set of numbers, try to figure out why the mean would be the best to represent it. So pause me now, think about that. Okay, I hope you paused me. So you can see that the range in these numbers, it's not awfully huge. It starts at 39,000 and it goes up to 49,500. So if these are the salaries that people are getting paid, there's nothing way out there. There's nothing that's way low or way high. So I would just want to find the mean of these numbers to figure out how much I would probably be getting paid at this company. So I hope that makes sense to you. If not, talk to me about it. But now let's look at number 5 and number 6 in your book. So maybe I should blow this up a little bit. Let's see. We'll look at number 5 first. Okay, number 5 says a company is looking at employee salaries, just like we just did, to make sure employees with the same job receive the same pay. The salaries in dollars of employees in one job class, so maybe these people are the accountants in a company. So here are their salaries: $34,750, $27,800, $41,900, blah, 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 blah. So what the company wants to do is pay all these people the same amount. But they're trying to figure out what amount they should pay them all. If they paid them all the highest amount, $41,900, well, I guess that would be the best for the employees, but the company would be struggling to pay everybody that amount of money. So we need to figure out what a good representation would be of how much these employees are being paid. So what I would do is I would find out the mean, I would find out the median, and I would find out the mode, if there is one, and then I would look at them and decide which one is the best representation. So part of this is your opinion, but if there was a number that was way out there, really high or really low, I feel like the mean just wouldn't be representative of this set of numbers. But you go ahead now and find out the mean and the median, and possibly the mode, if there is one, and write it in your book and figure out which way you would represent this set of numbers. So pause me now and work on that. Okay, I hope you paused me. So here we go. This is the last question that some of us were having trouble with. This is question number 6. It's a little bit too big. Okay, here we go. So question number 6. This is some players on a lacrosse team. Lacrosse is just, it's kind of like hockey, but a little bit different. So there's 10 players on this team, and 6A says calculate the mean, the median, and the mode of each set of numbers in the table. So games, first mean, okay, the mean number of games all these players participated in. So Stuart Montour played in 19 games, so I would add 19 to Cody Jamieson's 18 games, all the way down to Brett Bucktooth's 4 games. So I would add those up and then divide by however many players there are, and there's 10. Add them up, divide by 10, that's the mean. Figure out the mean of goals. Add them up, divide by 10. Assists, add them up, divide by 10. Points, add them up, divide by 10. Penalty minutes, that means when you do something wrong and you have to sit off. Maybe that happens in PE class sometimes, I don't know. So I would add up the penalty minutes and then divide my answer by 10, and that's how I find the mean. The median for each one, games, put them in order from greatest to least, find the number that's in the middle. Goals, I would put the goals in order from greatest to least, or least to greatest, it doesn't make a difference. Find what's in the middle. I'd do the same for assists, points, penalty minutes. And finally, the mode. So, games, is there a mode of number of games? Well, the mode is the number that happens the most, most. So I look in here, I see that there's a whole bunch of 19s, so that's going to be my mode. Is there a mode in this list for goals? Look down there, find the mode. Assists, find the mode, blah, blah, blah. Keep on going. 6b, which average would you use as the typical number for each set? Explain your choice. Well, it's the same as those salaries. If there's a number that's way off in the set, then maybe the mean isn't the best way to represent the numbers. But now that you've found the mean, the median, and the mode, look at those and figure out what's the best representation for the number of games that these players are playing. Maybe it's the mean, maybe it's the median, maybe it's the mode, but you decide which one is the best representation. C says make up a question about the mean, the median, and the mode that can be answered using these data. Answer your questions. So maybe I could say find the two best players or three best players. So I guess that's a tough one to answer, but most of the time we would look at points. But maybe if you're defense, you can be an awesome player and not score so many points. But anyway, for now, let's go with the highest scoring players. Let's look at the three highest scoring players. Each of them scored 56 points. So I'll make up a question. What is the mean, the median, and the mode of the assists that these players scored? Now, these are only three numbers, so maybe you don't want to ask that question with just three. Maybe you want to ask the question with the first four top scoring players. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Just make up any question with these players, and the question has to be find the mean, median, and mode of blah, blah. So that's an easy one. Just make it up yourself. It can be the lowest scoring players, find the mean, median, and mode of the number of assists that they had in the season. So whatever you want it to be. So just make up a question and answer it. So that's it. That's how you do. That's how you do that homework. And I hope this helped you. And tomorrow we'll go over it. All right. Thanks, everybody.